Hey guys, Soccer from SAKITECH, and in today's video what we're going to do is we are going to be sharing the first 10 things to do on your Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. These are some important things you should configure on your phone to prep and use your phone for every day to maximize your ownership. And if you do want to buy one of these phones, there is going to be a link down below with the lowest prices for the S22. Anyway, let's dive in and get started right away. So the very first thing that you want to do is you want to go to your settings. You want to go all the way down. You want to go into your About Phone. And once you're there, over here, you're going to see a generic name. What you can do is you can simply click on Edit and give your phone a unique name. As you can see, this name will be shown on other devices when your phone is available to connect using Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and other methods. So it's a great way to customize your phone, give it your name, and maybe add S22 Ultra at the end of it for easier identification. I just like to keep mine as Saki. All right, let's move on. Now, a couple of other modifications that you want to make is you want to go to your settings, okay, and then you want to go into your advanced features, and you want to go to motions and gestures. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a bunch of these options enabled based on your needs. Now, these two here, double tap to turn on the screen and turn off the screen, are very important. This is what it allows you to do. So double tap, turn off, double tap, turn on. Okay, go right inside. You don't have to press the power button every time. And then also the lift to wake feature is cool because when your phone is turned off, and if you do get a notification, you can just lift, glance, it's going to open by itself, and then put it back and move on. So that's fantastic as well. The next thing that you want to configure is your display settings. So let's go to your settings real quick, and you want to go to your display. Now your phone is going to have a 120 Hertz adaptive display refresh rate. You are going to be able to configure that from here. So when you have the adaptive, it is going to be a smooth scrolling display. When you have the standard, it's going to be a 60 Hertz display. 60 Hertz is going to save you some battery life, but adaptive is the one you want to choose. That's going to get you smoother animations and a slick feel overall. Now the next thing that you can do, which is pretty cool, is when you scroll down just a little bit, and if you go to screen resolution, you can pick from different screen resolutions. You can have high definition plus, which I do not recommend. You can have full high definition plus, which is a great option. But with the S22 Ultra, you can actually have the maximum resolution set at all times, together with the adaptive refresh rate, which was not possible before. So you're going to get the best smoothness of the phone and also the highest resolution. It is going to stress your battery a little bit, but it's not going to be drastic. All right, let's move on. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to configure your navigation gestures. So you can see I have buttons at the bottom. Some people don't like the buttons. They want the swipe gesture. So if you go to your settings, go to your display, and go all the way down, you're going to see the navigation bar. You tap on it, and once you tap on it, you can tap on the swipe gestures, and that's going to make those buttons disappear, and you're going to have a little line here, and you can do things like this. Just swipe up. You can swipe from the bottom to access the recently accessed applications. Go back, swipe back like this to go back, okay? So it's going to be up to you. I just prefer to have the navigation bars as buttons. And also, at the bottom here are two options you want to play with. Now this one, the touch sensitivity. If you apply a screen protector on your phone, you want to enable this because it's going to make sure that you get maximum responsiveness from the display as you touch and interact with it. Sometimes when you put a screen protector on top, there's a very small delay in responsiveness that could annoy some people. So this will alleviate that problem. And then you also want to enable this one, accidental touch protection. So when you put your phone in your pocket, it doesn't have these accidental touches and maybe call somebody by mistake. So great little features to have enabled. Couple things I like to do with my home screen. I like to pinch the screen, go into the settings. Once you're at the settings, I like to find the setting known as swipe down for notification panel and enable this. So when you enable this, what you can do is you can swipe down and it's going to bring down the panel, and then swipe again to bring the whole thing. If you don't have it enabled, let's disable that at the bottom. If you disable this, it will go to the app drawer. This goes to the app drawer. If you swipe up, it goes to the app drawer. If you swipe down, it goes to the app drawer. So that's going to be redundant. You want to pinch on the screen or press and hold, tap on settings, and just go down and make sure that is in fact enabled. Now, one more thing that you want to be aware with the home screen, as you customize your new phone, you want to move things around, okay? So other phones allow you to move things around, but it's a pain in the behind. So with this phone, let's say you want to take all these applications and move them from this screen to this screen. What you can do is you can press and hold and then tap on select and select all these options. Okay, it could be apps, folders, whatever you want. Then you press and hold. They get bundled into a little box here, and you can move it around and you can dump it onto another screen. You get the same layout. So you can easily move things back and forth. Again, press and hold. You can do the apps or the folders. And then again, press and hold and move it anywhere that you want. So that's going to be very easy to customize and move apps all over the place. Now notice when I tap on the button here, it goes to the home screen. The reason I have it that way is because I don't like my home screen to have all the apps. If I have a nice wallpaper, when I unlock my phone, I want to see that wallpaper. So what you can do is you can set a nice wallpaper. You can pinch the screen, create a new page by tapping plus, okay, and that's going to give you that clean page. And then you pinch the screen and tap on this button on the top that looks like a little home, and that's going to make sure that is actual home screen and not the one over here. So when I tap this, it goes to the home screen. Also, when you unlock and lock your phone, I meant to say lock and unlock, it is going to dump you to that gorgeous wallpaper if that's the way you like it. The next two tactics are going to make sure you get the best multimedia experience. So you want to go to your settings, you want to go into your advanced features, go all the way down and go for the video brightness feature, okay? And what you can do is you can have normal or bright. If you have bright, all the video player applications are going to show up here. You can enable or disable any application that plays videos here. And what's going to happen is when you launch that application, you are going to get enhanced brightness. It says here, temporarily increases the screen brightness and makes colors more vibrant when you watch videos. Again, you can customize this for any app. If you don't care, just go to normal. I like to have it this way. When you launch the application, it activates. When you exit the application, any of the apps listed here, it deactivates. The videos simply look much brighter. The next thing that you want to do in relation to multimedia, go to your settings and then go to sounds and vibration, go all the way down, go into sound quality and effects, and make sure Dolby Atmos is enabled and put it on auto. But if you don't want to put it on auto, let's say you're about to watch a movie, you can manually put this onto a movie so you get the best audio experience, okay? So this is going to make sure these two last features are going to make sure you enjoy movies, listen to music, and all that good stuff. Now, the next thing that you do want to customize is going to be your lock screen. It's something you look at all the time, so let's just make some modifications to make it yours. So you would go to your settings, you would go down to lock screen. The first thing you can do is you can actually tap on the clock style and pick a clock style that suits you. Okay, so whatever you want, you can pick from here, even change the color. So that's great. Tap on done. But one of my absolute favorites is when I go over here to contact information, I can type in whatever I want here. It can be a quote, could be your name, could be your phone number, whatever. And then once you set this up, let me just say SAKITECH. All right. Now when I go back out here, I have a custom little text there that shows up under the day and the date and the clock. Okay, it says SAKITECH. It just looks nice. It just looks customized. Going back into the same setting, what you can do is you can modify these two shortcuts at the bottom. So if I were to go to my settings again here, lock screen, boom, look at this. I tap on this one. First you enable it, and then you pick the left shortcut, let's just say calculator, and then you pick the right shortcut, in this case, it's the calendar, but you can pick anything you want, even the camera. And now, when I'm locked up, I want to quickly access an application. Just press, swipe. Fantastic, okay? Or the camera right here. That is just great for quick and easy access. This is right from the lock screen. Fantastic. Let's move on. Now, one final thing I want to talk about in relation to the lock screen is when you go to the lock screen, when you tap on the clock, it expands and gives you a bunch of quick access widgets. So I'm going to show you guys how to customize this area as well, because it can be very useful for daily use. So go to the settings, go back into the lock screen right here, and then tap on widgets right here. And these are the widgets you just saw on the lock screen. For example, if I don't want the next alarm, I disable that. If I don't want the digital well-being, I disable that. Or if I don't want the Bixby routines, I disable that, okay? Now when I go back to the lock screen and I tap on that clock, you're gonna see we only have 3. The music player, the calendar, and the weather. And all of them are clickable. When you click it, it's gonna launch the application that corresponds to that particular widget. So definitely go out there and customize these. And of course, let me just quickly go here. You can actually reorder them. So if I tap on reorder, I can have my weather on the top if that's what I like. So now when I go outside, tap on the clock, you see the weather on the top. All right? And that's the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe because many more videos are coming with more details. This is just 10 things to do to configure the smartphone for daily use. But anyway, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below. Let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day, all right?